we're going to talk about the right-wing outrage machine and how the outrage machine perpetuates hatred, bigotry, and anti-blackness all throughout the world, as well as specifically relating to America. The right-wing outrage machine has viciously tried to destroy, tear apart, and eliminate Black America since the very beginning. And we as African Americans, we as those of the Alkebulian diaspora, need to fight back with violence, and we need to fight back with force against the right wing outrage machine. What is the outrage machine specifically? It's actually a tactic. It's just more of a tactic than anything. Are they truly outraged that that there's a purple dinosaur on the television that's teaching kids the ABCs and the one, two, threes? I doubt it. Are they really, truly outraged that there's uh, cartoons which features a kitten and a dog attached to each other just talking about random nonsense? I doubt it. They're really, truly only ever outraged when they feel they can exploit whatever the outrage thing, the outrage item, the outrage occurrence happening is to get sympathy for themselves. And the sinister nature, the visceral, vicious, sinister, evil, hate-filled nature of these non-human, anti-human, crazed, lunatic, wannabe supremacists, because they are not superior to anyone. As a matter of fact, they are inferior, truly inferior. If they weren't inferior, would they be going around claiming their way of life is being threatened by a textbook that states the obvious and factual evidence? Of course not. They are threatened simply because they are weak. They are weak and they are simply useless. And they know that no one respects them. They know that no one thinks of them highly. And so this is why they turn to their terrorist behavior that they have turned to again and again whenever they feel that they are losing. They turn to deceptive behavior, to deceitful behavior, and outright lies and white lies, mistruths, half-truths, and deceitful behaviors to gain favor to those who are not as knowledgeable about their actions as another person might be. Uh, those anti-African, those evil, vile, hate-filled rhetoric subhumans, those creatures who come against us time and time again, those creatures specifically are only against us generally to spread hatred against us because they want to perform terrorist actions against us. Those terrorist actions are those actions they perform in order to have a foothold, have a kind of propaganda outlook embedded in the mindset of those who may not have an opinion either way. Those who don't have an opinion either way may take a middle of the road approach, a centrist approach, either or approach, where they don't necessarily have any preference, any their evil are specifically theirs to own. Their evil is intrinsically, specifically, and only uniquely theirs to own. If children can bear their parents' inheritance in a positive manner, in a positive light, monetarily, financially, their legacy, heritage, and even any of the accolades they may get from it, then definitely they will bear the negative aspects of that as well. You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. It's just what it is. It is what it is because it's always been that way. Folks love to talk about how their parents are so wonderful and so amazing when they actually accomplish something perceived as good. When it's not perceived as good, then they don't like to talk about it as much. This is a problem. It's ironic that it has to be like this, but it is what it is because simply folks are hypocritical and they like being hypocrites and they like overwhelmingly being correct and not having any troubles. They don't mind if their enemies have troubles, just as long as they don't have troubles. You can look for it, you can look at it the way that it is right now, but it's always been that way. And if you have a problem with it now, then you should always have had a problem with it in the past as well present. They are specifically to blame for their own predicament, these crazed lunatic white supremacists, and they will be exterminated and, and made extinct with the utmost of haste and priority. Haste and the topmost priority. Haste and the topmost priority.